Seeing your team qualify for state a year ago?
Well, our boys team, we qualified for state, and then with our finish last year, being third, or I believe it was fourth overall, behind two private schools in Carl Albert. It was kind of above where we thought we might, and we've kind of set a standard, and our kids are really fighting to get back to that standard of, hey, not only do we want to be there, but we want to finish on top of the mountain this next time.
Right, and so as you get ready for the new season, and it's already started, but what was it like getting ready, getting prepared to be able to meet that standard that you guys are setting for?
Well, I use a couple analogies as investing into the bank and such, where we try to invest a little bit throughout the time, and you invest and hope for a big withdrawal at the end, or I use the analogy of we're blowing up the balloon, and we're wanting that balloon to get more pressure and pressure and pressure and fill and fill and fill, and whenever it's ready to pop is whenever we're ready for playing our best at the end, the finals and the state tournament.
And with you being, I guess, a science background as well, that's kind of a science analogy
Sure,
there too.
sure, yeah.
How has well, you kind of mentioned it, it's been a pretty solid start to the season. Can you build on that, what you said earlier? How's the season gone so far?
Well, our boys, we've played 3 tournaments, and we've had a first place finish yesterday. We had a second place finish in Indian Springs Coweta tournament. And we've also had a fourth place finish in our 3 tournaments there. We also had a JV tournament where our boys finished fourth, and we had an individual winner there, Corden Edwards, in that JV tournament there. So our boys are off to, as far as team-wise, we're off to a pretty good pace. Hopefully we don't pop too soon is what we're wanting. We're wanting to have that slow drive and be the best at the end. But our best so far has been really good, was historically good on the Heritage Hills, where we shot a 280, which I don't know the numbers or anything like that, but I hear that it could be one of the best scores shot by a McAlester team of all time.
That's incredible. So,
yes.
And this is also considering the fact that I know every spring brings with it some weather in Oklahoma. Obviously, we might have some later, a little bit later on today even, but we had some historic wins earlier, and I know that you guys played in some of those historic wins that we had. What was it like doing that?
Like, on the worst of it, we have dodged some of the worst of the wins. But it's one of those things where you just have to prepare for it and just say, if it happens, everybody's in it, and we go and everybody's in the same boat. So we can't complain about it. What are you going to do about it?
Right.
Are we going to get it done or are we not? So, but you talk about it. Sean here to my right, he has a tendency to hit a high fly ball, his ball flight is very high, and so I tell him, hey, you might have to think about some club selection, knocking it down, all these things. But he kind of gives me the Sean nod and like, I got this, coach, all the things, and it happens there.
The trademark Sean nod,
yeah,
right?
yes, yeah.
So speaking of some individual golfers, who are some individual golfers that have really stood out to you so far this season?
Oh, well, on our girls' side, Emily has been leading our girls group, and she's doing a fantastic job. She had her highest individual finish yesterday, right? At 10th in the Indian Springs Coweta tournament. So that was great. And her, along with Audrey Rampy and Sophie Eaton, those are the 3 core. And then a team is made up of 5 individuals, and your top 4 scores score for your team. And we're finishing and rounding out our team with actually 2 girls that are just coming out. Emerson Hollis from soccer, her first year to play, and JC Williams, a sophomore, also her first year to play. So our girls team is in a little different situation. We're trying to figure it out a little bit, put the pieces and get it all in a good rhythm. Where our boys team, I have 8 guys that I feel at any point in time can go out and score.
And some experience from a year ago, too.
Sure. So if you're just talking about our top 5 right now, Seth Gillum has had a tremendous start. I think he's had first place finish and a second place finish in 2 of the 3 tournaments. He is shooting some really low numbers. He's really locked in. We've had, whenever we were at Heritage Hills and we shot that low number, we had many placers and finish all the way down to Caleb McFetridge. I think he finished, hold on, I got to look at a number here. Caleb, he shot a 75 and finished 9th in that tournament. And so
he shot a 75 and finished 9th.
Yes, sir. So, like I said, the depth of our boys program right now it's really deep. And we do have some youth with Jackson Miller was a state qualifier last year, and he had that experience. And he yesterday he was the one pressing. He's our 5-bag right now, and he's the one that was pressing Seth for the win yesterday. So it in a team sense, if you're getting the 5 individuals and they all can score, and they're all basically battling for that top spot, man, we're in a good place.
You're in a pretty good place right there.
Yeah.
And remind me never to take any of you guys over to Top Golf. It's going to make my day terrible.
They get pretty competitive.
I'm sure. And then I'm going to slice it all the way to the right net, even if I'm on the left bay. So what are some key dates coming up from McAlester Golf moving forward for you guys as you try to get back over to state?
Well, for our girls, we're kind of loaded up. Their season is like a week shorter just because their playoffs start a week earlier. And they've already played 3 tournaments, and we played yesterday. They'll go tomorrow to Tahlequah, right, Emily?
Yes.
And then they'll go Saturday to Arrowhead, and then I believe there's 2 tournaments the following week. And I try to send them mostly to the same tournaments and such, but Muskogee, there's a Fire Lake in there, I believe, and there's several other ones without my schedule directly in front of me.
I think we're going to Oak Hills and Ada.
Yeah, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you. See, there she goes. They got to keep me in line sometimes, and she does a great job with that, by the way.
You're like assistant coach too.
Yeah, sometimes we can sign her up.
Yeah, don't Coach Singleton that.
Oh, okay. He's probably listening. It's okay. He'll hear it. He'll know.
So, last question here. What are you most looking forward to seeing from your teams the rest of the way?
You know, I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm looking forward to seeing how they respond to the challenges that I know that are going to be out there. Because if it was easy, it would be it wouldn't be worth it. And these kids they think that it is going to be easy, that hey, we've done this, and I want to see us battle through those struggles and become better individuals from those struggles. Not to beat us down, but to rise to those challenges is really what I'm looking forward to, and I'm excited about seeing our kids do, because whenever they do that, I have a certain pride in how they do that and when they do that.
Absolutely. Let's move on forward again. This is Running with the Herd with head coach Justin Bond of McAlester Golf, brought to you by Reagan Auto and What About Bob's Restaurant. When we return in 60 seconds, we'll be speaking to a couple of his golfers here on KNED.
Reagan Auto is a Reader's Choice Award-winning automotive repair shop. We are currently searching for an automotive technician to join our team. We're looking for someone who is energized and ready to provide quality service to our customers. Our ideal candidate will have technician experience of at least 1 year. If you're interested in this opportunity to work in a fast-paced atmosphere, email your resume to reaganauto.ok@gmail.com. What About Bob's Restaurant, the home of Bob's Sunrise Surprise, is located at 610 North Main in McAlester. What About Bob serves up your favorite comfort food 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Go down and see Olivia and the gang for breakfast and lunch. What About Bob's Restaurant, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Check them out on their Facebook page, What About Bob's, 610 North Main in McAlester.
8:40 in the morning on this Tuesday, April the 1st, April Fool's Day. But here on KNED, no fools today. We just have Running with the Herd with head coach Justin Bond, Reagan Auto, What About Bob's Restaurant, bringing you, again, Running with the Herd, episode, I believe, 25, right? 25 of Running with the Herd, as we were getting close to the end of the 2024-2025 inaugural season of the show. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, and I'm with Sean Perkins, Emily Shelton here today, right? Okay, I'm making sure I got them right. I'm getting terrible with names, but I do my best. Hey, we'll start off with an icebreaker. I know that Sean's been on the air before with Coffee with the Coach, but it's Emily's first time. But like Coach Baum was saying, pretty much an assistant coach here for Emily, so she's going to be just fine. So we'll start off with an icebreaker. What is your favorite TV show?
TV show.
Or maybe one that you most recently binged, or
I don't watch TV that much.
watch TV. Okay, so anything like a movie. Do you all watch any movies? Favorite movie? If you still have a TV show, go ahead. But
I mean, I've seen
got a
every
movie.
episode of Grey's Anatomy
so is my
there's
wife.
been ever made. So
So is
I
my
think
wife.
that is my favorite TV show.
Grey's Anatomy. So my wife is at the point where she's like, I've been watching this for 20 years. I can't just stop watching it. I got to see how it ends if it ever ends. That's how,
I don't think it's gonna end.
I don't think
anytime
it's going to
soon.
end either. Every time that Ellen Pompeo says that she's going to wrap it on up, somehow she finds her way back. Trust me, I've seen like 80% of the
I know.
episodes too
I
because of
know.
that. Sean?
My favorite movie is The Hangover.
Okay. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's a great comedy.
First one's the best though.
First one's the best. If you ever talk to Chase over here, he's a big fan of that, and also of Step Brothers. You can quote every word. Let's go to our next one. And again, by the way, anyone listening that's not of age, don't watch those. Do you remember? Do you remember how you guys got your start in golf?
Freshman year, we came in, and me and Zane, we were probably two of the best people on the team. And we were just playing. I don't know. We weren't that great though. Looking back.
No, you were. But what about early on? When did you start playing?
Yeah.
Oh, when I was able to walk.
Just golfing since you've been able to walk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every day.
I started in the 7th grade, but we didn't really play any tournaments because that was COVID years.
Mhm.
But freshman year, my mom forced me to play, absolutely forced me, and now it's the only thing I do. So.
Speaking of which, I mean, getting started around that time, how was it like getting started when COVID is popping off and it's.
It was.
What was it like from the student perspective? Because we always know how it was from our own shoes, but from a student perspective, what was it like for you guys dealing with 2020?
It's pretty nice.
It's pretty nice. Went to no school? That's the only reason?
I did
Save your
online.
time.
Online?
Yeah, and I absolutely hated it because I love going to school to be with my friends.
Yeah.
Just be around other people. So being at home by myself was not the funnest part.
You have two sides of a
Had a
coin.
blast.
So, as we look at your time, again, both seniors here, what has been your favorite moment as members of McAlester Golf so far?
I think last year, state, I think just as a team, we did pretty well. I think we were the second in public schools.
Pretty hard to beat that.
This year, we're going for the gold.
Yes, sir.
I've qualified for state every year, hopefully 4 times this
Cross
year.
our fingers here.
Yes, but freshman year we qualified as a team, so having that experience with my other teammates was fun.
Of course, there's nothing better than being able to go to the dance here. So who have been some people that you've looked up to or consider role models to get you where you are today? Maybe not just in golf, but also just in life in general.
I gotta think.
Probably from the golf prospect, Aubrey House. She was a senior my freshman year, and she plays college golf, and she inspired me to play and keep going. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My dad, I mean, he's the one that taught me how to golf, and now I'm trying to fix his swing at this point. So,
The student has become the teacher. Let's go on to our next one. What are some goals that you have for the rest of the year? Of course, you guys both want to qualify for state again. Any personal goals maybe as you go to each course?
I do want to break 80 every tournament at this point on. I think that's a good goal for me.
Solid goal to have.
Yeah, I would also like to break 80. I've gotten close, but haven't really gotten over that hill yet. And I want to top 5 at regionals.
What's going to happen? We're speaking into existence.
Yes.
Let's do that. Any post-graduation plans that you guys have so far? I know that graduation is maybe the word that you don't want to talk about. Maybe you do. Some people may be getting ready for it, but I know that it can get kind of weird getting closer to May. So any post-graduation plans?
I do want to go to UCO
Okay.
for the PGA management. I think that's a great program.
Sweet.
I am going to play collegiate golf at Southwestern Christian in Bethany.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear. So congratulations, by the
Thank
way.
you.
And last question's always a fun one here. You guys have been great first time on the air, by the way. Well, not first time, but first time on the air for Emily. Last question's always a fun one. We always talk about favorite foods, but we never ask this question. What is your least favorite food? Like if anyone puts it in front of you, or you've had it before, never having it again.
That's a tough question.
I don't mean to. Well, again, I don't know if
I'm trying to
anyone.
think of
I don't know if anyone that
worst
ran this
things
restaurant
to
is
eat.
still here, but a long time ago in McAlester, in the place of Chili's, used to be a restaurant called Fujiyama's, I believe.
Mhm.
I ate noodles from there, and I got food poisoning,
Oh,
and it was so violent that I will never eat those type of noodles again. And it doesn't matter who it's from; it could be the best restaurant in the world. I can't have it; it would make me sick.
I have one that I don't. I can't. I don't do sour cream or ranch in any capacity.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
And then people always give me that. Like, mm-mm. I
No
was like,
sour cream or ranch. Is it just like the dairy side?
I
of it?
no, it's not the dairy side of it. I don't really can't explain it. It's just the texture and taste together. I can't do it.
Well, you're not supposed to eat.
Well, no,
sour
not
cream
the,
and
not
ranch
the,
together,
I'm just
Coach.
saying, just like we had after yesterday, we went after our tournament, we went to Wingstop,
Uh-huh.
and we basically, everybody got to get the ranch, got to get the ranch.
It's the best part.
It's the best
That is
part,
the
but
best
Coach
part.
Bond does not get the ranch, and they looked at me like I had 3 eyes.
That's Nate too. Nate's not really all that into ranch. either, so. But for you guys, anything
I
that
think
you're just cannot eat?
sushi. Raw
Sushi?
fish
What?
is the worst thing in
Sushi
the
is
world.
my favorite food.
Wow.
I would guess.
Man, you really do have two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
I don't think I eaten anything that I wouldn't really eat again
Mhm.
because my mom's a great cook. she does a lot.
Even if it's a terrible food considered by most people, your mom's gonna make it taste really good.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that answer. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by the K&D Studios. Good luck the rest of the way, and we hope to see you back in state here coming up.
Thank
Thank you for having me.
All right, again, that was Running with the Herd with our golfers Sean Perkins and Emily Shelton here, as we are going to be going back to Coach Bond here in just a moment, wrapping up this show, episode 25 of Running with the Herd with McAlester Golf. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on KNED.
Reagan Auto is a Reader's Choice Award winning automotive repair shop. We are currently searching for an automotive technician to join our team. We're looking for someone who is energized and ready to provide quality service to our customers. Our ideal candidate will have technician experience of at least 1 year. If you're interested in this opportunity to work in a fast-paced atmosphere, email your resume to reaganauto.ok@gmail.com. What About Bob's Restaurant, the home of Bob's Sunrise Surprise, is located at 610 North Main in McAlester. What About Bob serves up your favorite comfort food 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Go down and see Olivia and the gang for breakfast and lunch. What About Bob's Restaurant, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Check them out on their Facebook page, What About Bob's, 610 North Main in McAlester.
8:49 in the morning, about to wrap up episode 25 of Running with the Herd and McAlester Athletics Coaches Show. This is Brandon Green, joined alongside head of McAlester Golf coach Justin Bond, brought to you by Reagan Auto and What About Bob's Restaurant here. And before we get started into our fun facts, some get-to-know-you questions about Coach Bond, we didn't get to mention the top 5.
Well, yeah, like our top 5 bags right now, and it could be fluid at any point in time. You know, kids can come in and out of this, but we go with Seth Gillum. He's been our number 1 bag for the last several years. Sean has been a steady Eddie as number 2, and Zane Owens is man. He can really shoot some good scores. He's been our number 3, and Jackson Miller being our number 4, and we have a freshman rounding out our top 5 right now as Colby Wheat. But beyond that, we also have some guys that I said that are right on their heels, Caleb McFetridge, Corden Edwards, and Nate Eaton. Those are really our top 8 and such. So any of those guys, I feel really confident moving forward with and pushing for this postseason in our state championship run.
Okay, so now we get to hear a little bit more about you now, Coach.
Sure, let's do it.
So you've had a long coaching career now with both baseball and golf now. What made you want to get into coaching?
Really, it was. I'll tell you, it was the baseball side of it. Is that I wanted to be a Major League Baseball player, and the game has a way of saying, "Hey, you're timed out. You got to do something else." And I still wanted to be a part of that. And the way to find to be a part of that, like he wants to go be a part of golf and such. And not everybody can do it at the professional level. So, but I wanted to coach it and be a part of it that way.
Right.
And it has brought me here to golf. And I'm going to tell you, it's been a happy transition for me, and I think a very fitting transition for me, and I think it's been good.
And when you were making that transition, I mean, you mentioned it as a happy transition. What was it like getting your feet into golf and now running with it?
I will tell you, at first, the golf swing compared to a baseball swing, there are some differences, and I am just now getting to the point where I can start breaking it down a little bit better. I can, I've had some good people around me. Coach Manry in the last several years has been a guy that I had leaned on for some of that stuff. But it's really just you kind of have to learn your own way, and you have to put into it to get something out of it. And I think I'm there.
So what is your favorite memory on a golf course? Could be personally or with your team.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have had a couple Eagles.
There's tons of bad memories.
Yeah.
On golf course.
But so I remember my Eagle shots. I can hole 18 on. I don't even know the course in Bixby, and I think it's not even in existence anymore. But as far as team wise, is just every state tournament experience with these kids. They go. And to see how they are excited about the opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's hard to put one above the other. It's like, which one's your favorite kid? Which one's your favorite child?
Yeah.
I really can't put one of those experiences above the others, like she was talking about with Aubrey and them, and then
it's like I can.
Yeah, and with the guys, and finishing as well as we did last year. So it's kind of like choosing between two kids there. I really can't do that, but I could probably say as a coach, those are some of my favorite experiences for sure.
I haven't had a ton of great memories on the golf course, just me personally, because I play golf or whatever you call chucking a 9-iron into the woods. That's so. You're big into fantasy sports. People may not know this.
Sure.
If everyone was completely healthy, you had the number one pick. Who'd you be taking in 2025 off the top of your head in fantasy football?
Fantasy football.
Fantasy football. I know you just got done fantasy
okay,
baseball.
all right. I was almost going in the golf realm, and all right.
Okay,
No, it's okay. I'm probably a little better in the football baseball. I'm going to go with Chase. I think he's going to be the man next year, and I think they're going to feed him the football.
Okay.
But there's some other good ones out there too.
All right. So this is also an opportunity to be able to shout out your support system. Anyone back home, your family, how have they supported you as you made your way throughout your coaching career now into golf?
Oh man, that is a big question, Brandon. And there are so many people in so many different ways that have supported me, from friends, but my wife, Nikki. I'm going to tell you, I couldn't do it without her. As far as coaching goes, there's a lot of long nights and stuff, and golly, that really kind of got to me there. No, that's all right, because she helps me finish things and do things and get through the hard times. Whenever you're in a corner sometimes, and you have to fight your way out of it, and you gotta do your best in every situation to have somebody that's always in your corner. But right now, our admin is top notch with support of our coaches and our players and our system. In everything we do, we want to excel. Education, sports, activities, all of that. So I to put names on people and who they are, they know who they are. Yeah, the list goes on and on. I can't really do that right now. I could, but you'd probably get bored with it after that first 30 seconds.
It'd be like the wrap-up music over the Emmys and the Oscars. Yeah.
Sure.
So a couple more questions and we'll wrap it up here. What are some destinations you haven't traveled to that you'd like to one day?
Oh, I'm a big traveler now. I've been to a lot of places.
And that's why I asked the question, I know.
Oh, my goodness.
They do a lot of ballparks.
Yes, I'm into the almost the mid-20s in ballparks.
That's nice.
But I'm going to say there's some European stuff that I need to do. We actually had a cruise, and I have to do Rome. I haven't done Rome and Venice. Those are some things. but the cruises have been where it's at. And I'm going to tell you, the year that we hit COVID, not to take too much time, is we had a cruise set to go to St. Petersburg, Russia.
Really?
And we were trying to get to Dallas as COVID was finally in New York. And it was one of those things where, do we go, do we not?
Yeah.
And we were sitting in a hotel in Dallas waiting the next morning to load on an airplane. And it doesn't happen. Thank goodness we might have been stuck in New York
Right,
if we
no
would have
joke.
got there.
Wow.
And so yes, yeah. So
That's incredible.
Russia was on our list, but it's probably off of it now.
Be
a little harder to get there.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
And our last question here, and just this or that: Happy Gilmore or Caddyshack?
Oh, I got to go OG Caddyshack.
Okay.
But it's close.
It's in your hole.
Yeah.
So
Go to your home.
Yeah. So thank you for your time today. It's been a great interview the entire time. Your golfers here and you as well, you've been able to provide some awesome insight to McAlester Golf. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
I think we've covered it. I appreciate you having us and giving us this air.
Absolutely, and hope to see you. Hopefully your teams can make it to state this year, and hopefully we can try to bring you back before the end of the school year.
Sure.
All right, again, that was Running with the Herd with head coach Justin Bond of McAlester Golf, brought to you by Reagan Auto and What About Bob's Restaurant. Until next week when we have a guest to be announced. Again, don't just have a great week, have a Buffalo weekend.